Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Wednesday, June 5th, 2019. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. The first of three parent sensitization workshops facilitated by the Department of Education's Early Childhood Coordinating Unit was held on Tuesday, June 4th. The session at the Pond Hill Community Center targeted parents of children involved in early childhood education in the Gingerland zone.
We are going to have a time where you're going to observe the children who are here working in the various areas as they normally do throughout the day. You would get a chance to look at the instrument, the developmental milestone instrument that we have in your folder, and you're going to interact with it. You're going to look at it, look at what the children are doing, and see if you see anything on there that actually the children are doing, are learning. Then we are going to come back here and we are going to discuss what you saw. And then we are going to make sense of it. And how we are going to make sense of it? We are going to connect it to the curriculum.
The exercise, facilitated by Florence Smithen, Education Officer with responsibility for early childhood education, was a snapshot of the high-scope curriculum that is used in early childhood centers in St. Kitts and Nevis.
The high-scope curriculum is a curriculum that encourages the children to act upon the things that they interact with. And when you say act upon, it means that they touch them, they use all of their senses. So they would actually touch and interact with a toy rather than sitting and somebody tells them how the toy works. The child would interact with the toy. The child will also speak, get the opportunity to speak, to say what he or she is thinking and learning. And so that is why we make sure that whatever we do has a play element to it. So it's actually the strategy that we use in terms of getting young children to learn.
The parent sensitization workshops are being held as part of Child Month 2019 under the theme Celebrating Our Progress as a Nation, 35 Years of Early Stimulation. Similar sessions are scheduled for parents in the Charlestown zone at 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday, June 11th at the St. Paul's Anglican Church Hall, as well as parents in the St. Thomas's zone at 4:30 p.m. on June 18th at the Jessops Community Center. Junior Minister of Education, the Honorable Troy Libert, is calling on parents to take time out to show their children love and attention and to nurture them and train them in the way they should go. Minister Libert notes that parents and families are a child's first teachers and should accept this responsibility by committing the time, energy, and resources needed for good parenting.
We recognize that the children are the future of our society, and that they have a right to a quality childhood, one that allows them the best opportunities for quality development in multiple facets of life. An accepting environment that allows for individual differences and does not discriminate based on individual capability, health, developmental, economic or social status, or cultural background. An environment surrounded by caring and responsible adults who help them develop their self-confidence and the ability to make appropriate choices and decisions. An environment that promotes and supports good health and nutrition. An environment in which they can express their feelings, joy, curiosity, hunger, fear, happiness, and receive an appropriate response from adults. A nurturing environment that provides opportunities for meaningful relationships with both children and adults. A supporting environment which fosters development at a pace appropriate to each individual child, and where children can explore and initiate their own learning. A rich and responsive language environment, both verbal and written. An environment that reinforces and celebrates their developmental accomplishments and guides the practice of newly acquired skills. A dependable environment that will serve to counter the stress of insecurity experienced by all children during normal growth and change. A nurturing environment that protects them from inappropriate disapproval, teasing and punishment.
Junior Minister of Education, the Honorable Troy Liber, delivering an address to mark the celebration of Child Month 2019. Still to come, processing of national ID cards expected to resume this month, but voter registration continues, assures Attorney General Byron. The details after this break.
Jump up, free up, bet up, no standing up. Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45, yeah. Music, folklore, pageants, and so much more. Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45.
Join us from July 25th to August 6th for the Caribbean's greatest summer line. It's Culturama 45.
Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45. Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45. Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45. Yeah. Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45.
Welcome back. The Department of Community Development, in collaboration with Banksgut Community Team, will once again host the highly anticipated Banksgut Breadfruit Festival, which is in its 5th year, on Saturday, June 8th. The village has been renowned throughout the years for its abundance of breadfruit, and in 2014 decided to highlight the product and demonstrate the wide variety of sub-products that can be derived from it. Community Development Officer Denise Smith spoke to us about the event.
Our festival will feature various breadfruit dishes in terms of having people make them, and it's going to include dishes like breadfruit and red herring, breadfruit cheesy, breadfruit fritters, breadfruit drink, breadfruit ice cream, breadfruit curry conchs, breadfruit salad, breadfruit and saltfish pie, and many more. We'll have people making and bringing. We also are receiving assistance from the Montpelier Hotel and Nisbet's Plantation, and from various persons in the community. It is an initiative from the department and also from the Banksgut Village Committee, especially Mrs. Lydia Coxon and the team. In previous years, they initiated this festival. So I'm inviting everyone to come on out on Saturday, June 8th at the Banksgut Community Center. It's starting at 12 p.m. and support our Breadfruit Festival.
We also spoke to Roger Hanley, a member of the St. Thomas's Parish Festival Committee, who said that the committee will also be a part of the one-day event, raising funds for the annual STT Fest. Attorney General and Minister responsible for the Electoral Office, the Honorable Vincent Byron, says the necessary measures are being put in place to ensure that the processing of national identification cards at the Electoral Office as part of the voter registration process can resume this month. Minister Byron's remarks made during the Prime Minister's press conference on May 29, 2019, were based on information provided in a comprehensive report of the computerized system at the Electoral Office, presented by the Director of Technology, Amicia Mossenden. The report stated that the challenge currently being experienced at the office began in January 2019, when there was an inability to print the national ID cards. 3 of the 4 security dongles required for the operation of the system arrived on island on May 29, 2019, while the 4th was delivered to Fujitsu, the international firm which installed the existing computer equipment at the Electoral Office in 2007 to integrate the necessary security features. The integration process is expected to take about 2 weeks to complete. Once this process is completed, the Electoral Office will be able to proceed with software upgrades and deploying them on the new equipment, the minister said. AG Byron indicated that an upgrade of the application software at the Electoral Office was also necessary to ensure the proper functioning of the equipment. This upgrade was completed on April 25, 2019. The Attorney General, who assured the public that the registration of voters continues at the Electoral Office during normal business hours, also reminded citizens and residents that they would be eligible to vote in an election once registered and can present a proper government-issued ID, a passport, driver's license, or social security card. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, thank you for viewing.
At a loss as to what's going on in Nevis? Tune into NNC on NTV. Don't worry if you don't have cable either. NNC will bring the news to you wherever you are. Facebook and Facebook Live. YouTube and YouTube Live. NevisTVOnline.com. Roku app, NTV mobile app, Smart TV, Apple TV, and any other IPTV platforms. When me ANC and you ANC, NNC.